Hello, welcome to this week's episode of the Serendipitous Podcast. I have the lovely Mak Fontina. I'm so excited for you to hear the conversation that we had. So, yeah, I really hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome to the Serendipitous Podcast, a podcast where sincere and remarkable souls gather to share their unmasked selves and connect authentically. Welcome. Today's guest is Mak Fontina.
Hello.
Mak Fontina, the performer. Oh my gosh, the most talented, cheesiest,
Okay, I'll take
loveliest performer out there. They are your tastiest midnight snack, and I am so excited to get to know more about how you got into burlesque and the reasoning behind your name and tagline and everything like that. I'm stoked.
Good. Buckle up.
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. All right. I feel like we should get into it. Just like right off the bat, I want to know how you got into burlesque.
You know, it's not that special of a story, but I never grew up around burlesque like a lot of people have. Like, it was not something I knew about. And then when I saw it, I was amazed. I first saw it when I was living in Montana. There's not a lot of burlesque up there, but they're working on it, and I have connected with some people up there recently, and they're working on it. But back in like 2015, I was at a prohibition like repeal party at my favorite little watering hole, and they had a burlesque performer there, and I was just in awe. And then I moved down to Texas, and in 2019, the first full burlesque show that I saw was at Always Cabaret over in New Orleans for New Year's. And I was just really enamored with it. And at the time, I was taking dance classes of like contemporary dance classes and hip hop dance classes and like twerk classes.
Yeah.
And I was really finding my love for dance and how it is so expressive for me and a very good way for me to get into my body. And a lot of the people at these dance classes were also in the burlesque community. This is when Houston Divine Studio was at the old space before the pandemic. And then I just was like, I think I want to do burlesque. And I started going to shows and taking classes, took classes from Piper Daly, kittened, like just really was like, I'm going to immerse myself in this and learn as much as possible. And then I'm going to do it. And then I did. And now I do.
And then you did it. Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised that there was like a burlesque show in Montana. I spent some time in Idaho, as you know, and I never even heard of burlesque. I think there was like one, even just like a club where I was that was just not very popular because its reputation was not very good.
Yeah.
And that's all I knew about it. So my introduction with burlesque was only when I came down here. But
I'm
glad.
From my hometown, the club, it's called the Buffalo Jump. Like very so Montana.
Great. That's great.
But now there's like a much bigger presence up there, and I have been lucky enough to meet some people from Idaho as well.
Oh, awesome. Maybe I just
It's growing.
Yeah,
it's
I also
growing.
was very young when I was there, so it's probably good.
Yeah.
But also, I'm glad it's there. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, how did you kind of choose your stage name? Did it kind of just like come to you, or?
This is also just a very simple story in that I was taking dance classes. I knew I wanted to get into burlesque. So in my little notes app on my phone, I was like just brainstorming all the time whenever just like inspiration would strike. And then one night I was just drinking wine at home alone, watching TV, talking to my friends. And I was like, haha, wouldn't it be so funny if I did like a Mac and then a cheese name like Fontina? Wouldn't that be so funny? And it was a joke. And then everyone was like, I think you have to keep that. And I'm really glad I did.
It's kind of iconic.
And not a lot of people always, like some people don't realize that it's a cheese all the time. So it's kind of sneaky, but.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I just made that connection. I was like, Oh my God. I was just like, I thought it was a cool last name, but it makes so much sense.
Yeah, Mak Fontina, short for mac and cheese. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, so it started as a joke, and then it wasn't a joke anymore, and now it's a huge part of my life.
I love that.
So
I love that.
yeah.
And then, so have you always loved cheese?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a bit like it's not a joke. I'm a legit snack.
Good.
It's really not. I do love cheese. I have several like cheesemonger books. I eat a lot of cheese. I eat a lot of pasta, like cheesy pasta specifically.
Okay, you're speaking my language.
Yeah.
Do you like Alfredo sauce? Because that's a pretty cheesy
yes
thing. That's my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for just like Parmesan butter noodles.
It's so
lame,
simple, but also
so good.
so classic.
But I will eat a lot of different kinds of pasta. Like, I'm into it.
Pasta is a good, like, just safe food for me. Like,
Agreed.
Oh, if there's anything, like, if I'm not wanting to eat anything, I will eat pasta.
Mm-hmm. It's my go-to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. And like the little Kraft mac and cheese bowls, I think I survive off of those most of the time because they're quick and they're cheesy and they fill the pasta void.
Yeah.
Sometimes
My quick and easy pasta is ramen, just a cup of noodles.
That's you know what? That's so fair.
It
That's
does
so
the
fair.
trick.
I've never liked cup of noodles for some reason. I'm really weird about my ramen. I actually eat it really weird. I crush it up. And then I put it in the water and then I microwave it.
Yeah.
For like 5 minutes.
I mean, that makes sense. That would make it a different texture than just letting it sit in a bath of broth.
And then I drain all the water, and then it's just like...
Oh, you like the noodles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's not weird.
It's just my...
If anyone else has anything to say about that, you can come talk to me. But I don't think it's weird.
You know, and it's good. And Cameron now puts special seasonings in it for me. And I'm like, I get spoiled with my ramen now. So I'm like,
love
and
language.
he makes it my special way, too. And I'm like, oh.
A testament.
Thank you.
How caring.
Yes. Okay, so your tagline, though, your tastiest midnight snack, that one, did that come at the same time or was that after? Hi, Oakley, please don't eat my charcuterie board.
It came afterwards. Like it took a second. And I was like, well, I guess I was still like talking to my friends on Snapchat, drinking my wine, and I was like, wouldn't that be funny, you know? And then I was like, yeah, and then one of my friends, Emma, was like, oh, then you could do like a salami and cheese act, which I'm like, still a good idea. And then it all just kind of came like, oh, you can make it about snacks. And I'm like, I do like snacks.
Yes.
And it's like, and I like feeling like a snack, and I need everyone to know that. So it came together
so
after some time, but it was all there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It just, it kind of feels like that was destiny to be that, because it just all flows together. Like the amount of things you can do with that at a burlesque show is just insane.
Mm-hmm.
Hosts probably just have like the time of their lives introducing you.
Sometimes. I think it's really funny when like hosts also realize, like when I've seen like the click happen before where they like get it, or like I talk about like, oh, mac and cheese. That's me. Plus mac and cheese is the best, tastiest late night snack.
True.
So yeah.
It is. Do you make your own? Do you have like a mac and cheese recipe, like your own?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
It does include Fontina. Fontina is a really good mac and cheese because it's very melty and gooey. So,
is it a private recipe or do you share it?
It's not like a written down recipe.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. It's kind of feeling it kind of recipe.
Yeah, it's a follow your heart kind of recipe.
Yeah, we love those.
But and kind of like, oh, what cheeses are on sale? That would be good in mac and cheese.
Oh, that is absolutely it. And in fact, today when I went to the store to get cheese for today, I discovered a box near the deli that just has little like as if they had like the trimming ends of cheese.
Yes.
For like cents, for like 50 cents. And I was like,
that's my favorite bit. Yeah.
I didn't know that existed until today. And it's because I never go in the grocery store. I always get it delivered.
Fair.
Because grocery stores overstimulate the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And
I'm overstimulated. I gotta get out of this town.
And then today it's super busy because of Super Bowl.
Yes.
And I was like,
oh, I didn't even think about that.
I was like, no.
I have to go to the grocery store today too. No, I don't want to go. I like the
worst.
grocery store though. Like I put my headphones on, I bebop around, I look at stuff. As long as no one bumps into me or gets too close to me, then I'm good.
Yeah. I think it's maybe because of a time, like, this is going to go off on a tangent. But
Great.
when I was a kid, I was, like, grocery shopping with my mom. And, like, this big commotion happened. And bunch of guys piled on top of this other guy because he was trying to steal a purse. It was really chaotic, and there was a bunch of screaming. So, like, and then, like, the next time after that, a balloon popped, like, right next to my ear in the grocery store.
No.
And, like,
Okay.
I was, like, a kid, so, like, it feels like, okay, those were, like, little things. But I feel like for
no.
a little kid, like, I was just like, oh, grocery stores suck. And there's a lot that happens there, and I don't love it.
That's very valid. I support you in your experience of grocery stores.
Yeah. But luckily, technology is so beautiful now. I don't even have to go there anymore.
We never have to leave our houses.
Yeah, unless I don't prepare and don't order things at a time like I did. So, but that's something I gotta live with.
You know, we're all our own villains. You know.
Indeed. Gotta take care of ourselves. But yeah. Okay.
I'm so glad to know we can cuss on this podcast.
Oh,
I don't know why I was like, don't cuss, and I cuss all the time.
Oh no, that would be so unnatural for me.
Because if I can't smoke and swear, I'm fucked. And so are all these guys. I won't be able to properly express myself at a court level, and that's bullshit. It's not fair, and if you ask me, I think it's a fucking mistrial.
Like, it's so hard for me because at work I cuss all the time, luckily, because they don't care either.
Good.
But sometimes I'll, like, with a newbie, they'll be talking to me, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, oh, okay. And then you can visibly see them, like, get relaxed, and then they can curse. I'm like, yes, it's fine. It's
I can't curse at my day job, so
yeah.
But I'm like, I cuss everywhere else. So
Yeah.
What's your favorite curse word?
It's like the worst one that offends everybody. But that's my favorite one. It's the C word.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah?
Yes.
I love that one.
I do too, and I say it like you have to be kind of selective, like who you say it
exactly,
around.
because some people will be like, and I'm like, I promise, like, I'm not, like, it's just funny. It's just
and it's
funny.
empowering.
Yeah.
And then my second favorite one is fuck. So.
Yeah, well, fuck's a good, just like iconic, just classic,
Yeah.
you know?
It's a really solid go-to.
Yeah. Yeah, my dad is like, I visit him now in California, and he's like, since when do you say fuck all the time? And I was like, Dad, this has always been me. I'm sorry if
Do
I
you even
censored
know
it.
me?
Yeah. Yeah, but it's great. And I'm like, well, and he's like, can you try not to do that very much in the house? And I was like, okay, Dad, I will do my best. But just remember where I learned all this from.
It's you.
It was you.
I learned it by watching you.
But yeah, I do. My sister and I used to call each other Thundercunts all the time. And it's just the best. And Cuntosaurus Rex was also another one.
Yes.
When we were
Your
being
favorite.
just particularly snippy that day. So
Good.
it was
Yeah,
great.
we love a good sibling. I don't know, sibling dynamic.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It's great. It's great. So yours. Yeah. Okay, we matched then on that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Great twinsies.
Yes, perfect.
We look like twins too.
Yeah.
I'm sure people will see this on Instagram. We look so similar right now.
Yeah. This is actually my Wednesday cosplay dress.
It looks like it. You look very much like Wednesday
I
Addams.
literally just was like, most of my other dresses are needing to be cleaned. So I was like, honestly, this one, I never wear it. And just because it's cosplay clothes are cosplay clothes, I also kind of just want to wear them. They're cool.
Yes, you
I like
should.
Wednesday style.
That's really fair. It looks good on you.
Thank
You
you.
look great.
You look really cute too.
Thank you.
I really like your jeans, and like,
Thank you.
this is it too hot?
It's like not because it's oversized. And it's kind of like I don't know what. It's like cotton on the inside, so it's kind
Yeah.
of breathable. But I've
It looks
worn
like
a lot
wool,
this
but it
week.
doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like your necklace too. What is that? Is that an amethyst?
It is an amethyst little
Beautiful.
bottle with some nice little protection oil that one of my best friends made for me.
I
So
love
it's in there.
that.
You know.
Aw.
Yeah, the sweetest gifts.
I
really.
love that. Those are my favorite type of gifts. Is like they just have so much love and energy imbued in them. My friends made me a spell jar earring.
Cute.
So fun. I love it. Like, it's like, oh, I get to carry a little protection with me, just like you everywhere we go.
Yeah. And you're like, and I have my friends with me, like my community. And
Exactly.
Like, that feels very loving.
Yes, very much, very much. So next question I had was, what were your expectations in burlesque? Like, what do you wish you had known, I guess, before starting?
Yeah. You sent me this question, and I told you when I got here, like, I don't know, I kind of had a hard time with this question. Part of me wants to say, like, oh, I didn't expect, like, something about burlesque. But what I really didn't expect was how transformative of a journey it was going to be emotionally. Really stepping into power and, like, reclaiming my space on, like, in sensuality and sexuality. That was just something that no one could ever prepare me for in the best way. And that's where I landed on this is, you know, I kind of take things as they come, like roll with the punches, but like burlesque has been very transformative and very vital and valuable to me. And so I didn't even know, like if I had gone back, 4 years, is when I really started engaging with the community. If I had gone back 4 years and like told Mac, like, oh wow, like look at you now, they would be like, what? And then probably cry and be like, wow, that's cool, can I do that now? And then I'm like, gotta get through all of it first. And each step is important and each moment is important and valuable. So
That's great.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's very emotional to be in burlesque.
There's a lot of feelings.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
And a
it's
lot
art.
of discovery. And a lot of learning. A lot of unlearning.
A lot of unlearning. That has been a very big part of my journey too.
Yeah. Yeah. That's hard. That's really hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in a space where owning your body was really the priority. Like it wasn't the narrative to like have agency over your body. Growing up in like a religious household. And so entering burlesque in that space and engaging with that, like reclaiming, is crazy. Like, and it is like you, like your brain becomes rewired, your body becomes rewired because of that. Yeah. And now my mom can actually like talk to me about burlesque, which is crazy.
That's awesome.
She came to one of my shows.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love supportive parents.
Yeah.
And that's really hard in the burlesque
Yes.
community too.
It is. That can be really tricky. Supportive family, supportive partners, supportive parents. Like it can be really hard to navigate.
Yeah, it can be.
Because people aren't always supportive.
No, they don't always get it.
No.
You gotta get it, you know? And
You
it's
do.
like, if you don't, then I'm sorry. But if you do, then great.
Yeah. You can say.
You can stay, because I feel like you'll like it. I promise.
Yeah. If you just appreciate, like, the art of it and, like, the strength and the power in it and the comedy and the laughter and the sexiness and just, like, it's just such a full experience, you know, like, the activism of it, like, the commentary, like, the social presentation and, like, fighting against the man, really.
Yeah.
Of it all. Like, it's really beautiful if you take a moment to understand it. So
Oh, I love it so much. Burlesque can be so many things, and I think that's what I
Yes.
love about it. There's something for everybody. Like,
Yes.
if you just want to get up there and show off your body, do it. If you want to get up there and you want to make a political statement, do it. Like,
Yes.
it's all about whatever you want and what feels good to you. And I love that so much.
I fully agree, because I think burlesque should be absolutely what you make it, because it is your art and it is yourself and it is your expression of yourself. And I'm really glad that burlesque creates a space for everyone to be able to do that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a world like this where so many things and people are telling you who to be and how to act, like having a space where you can truly just like make all the calls, you know, call all the shots, everything like that is just so, like, feels so much safer.
Yeah.
So it's really, really great to have that.
I agree. It's hard work, but it's really important.
For sure, really hard work, and you have to like be selective.
Yes.
You will burn yourself out.
Yep.
No matter how much I love it, like I can't do, 17 shows a month, you know. But yeah, there's so many fun things about it that I'm so lucky to have. So it's such a fun art.
I agree.
Yeah.
It really is a fun art. Yeah.
The transformative side for sure. When I found burlesque, I was like at a really low point in my life in like confidence and stuff. And very much was like looking to others for approval, like always.
Right.
And I had to unlearn a lot of that because, the approval you should seek most is your own.
Mm-hmm.
And so all of the acts I created, like, are all my own and, things that I really wanted, to include in there. And I still feel myself like wanting to, look to approval. That's still something I have to work on,
It's really hard. It's a
Yeah.
never ending journey. And like, I think the best thing to do is be vulnerable about it. Like you are. And like, I do that too. Or I'm like, I need to make something so that I fit into this space. And then it's like, why do I feel the need to do that? Is really the question,
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, I need all these different acts so I can do this show and this show. And I'm like, well, I can just make the acts I want to make. And then if they want me there, then they want me there. And if they don't, then I'll make an act at some point that they might want later. So,
yeah. How is your transformative journey with burlesque going now?
really good. I feel like I'm now at a point where I am trying to learn how to consistently like say no, to shows that I know are just going to like push me past my like breaking point, which I've done really well, I think.
Good.
At this month.
Good job.
Yeah, I know. I'm like so proud of myself because I've actually said no to like people that I probably would have cried if I told myself I said no to last year. And like it's just like just because I know that if I do another show that week after I have 5 shows in a row and a 9 to 5, like I can't.
You can't do it all.
But I want to.
I know. We want
to so bad.
We want to do it all. And baby can't.
And you can't. And you can't. And like the month of December was just full of like health issues and back problems because I wasn't taking care of myself, and I was doing all the shows I could because it's holiday season and there's so many opportunities.
Yes.
And I was kind of like, oh, that's like, you gotta really pace yourself, and like you can't do it all. Like it's really great, it's fun, you want to do it all, but people also understand, and they should understand, that you have to prioritize yourself and your health.
Yes.
And if they don't, then
fuck 'em.
Then observe that and maybe avoid those in the future. But
sorry, that was a little harsh.
No, you can be harsh. That's fuck them. Like fuck them. But just look out for yourself.
Yeah, and I'm really glad that you're holding that space for yourself. Like I know it's a really hard space to hold a lot of the time, and because it's a hustle culture. Not even just in burlesque, just as a young generation, like we're in the hustle culture, and it's so hard to remember to prioritize your well-being.
And there's so much push of like, you're only going to be this young once, you're only going to have this look once, and like I don't care about how I look when I age. That's how I'm going to look. But I hear so much of that, and I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Like I'm gonna, I'm not gonna be as young as I am and be able to dance as much as I can, when I get older. So
that sounds like a lie.
But I'm like, you know what? That's just, I feel like they're just pushing that, and there's plenty of performers that are older that are still slaying the absolute shit out of their acts. So like, no, you just got to take care of yourself. I'm sure they got that far at that age because they took care of themselves.
Yes.
So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So everyone take care of yourselves.
Take care of your body.
Drink some water right now.
Yeah, take a sip ski.
Yeah, we'll take a sip. Hydrate, drink your water, mind your business.
Yeah. I every day at work I ping everybody and I say drink your water and take your vitamins and meds in all caps. Okay. And they're like, what's going to happen if we don't? I'm like, hydrate or dihydrate. Okay.
I like that. That's so caring of you.
Oh, yeah.
That's so thoughtful.
Well, I struggle with it. So if I'm reminding myself, then I should remind other people too. So
I also sometimes just hate the taste of water. Like it will just click, and I'm like,
I feel
wow,
bored
I hate
sometimes.
This. I'm like, this just tastes like liquid rocks. It's not good.
Oh, that's so fair. And I have this weird thing where you can get Crystal Light or whatever, but I always feel like that's so full of sugar too. And it's like, well, you're not really doing what you're supposed to be doing with the water, right?
Right.
And then I did some research, and there's like, I have these crystallized lemon packets, so they like it's just crystallized lemon, and you make little lemon water
flavor.
and there's lemon flavor, and you can add like a little bit of sweetener too to make it a little lemonade.
I like that.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my go-tos. It's just like a little lime or lemon juice. And then I like IV waters, and I know I shouldn't drink them as much as I do.
They're good though. What's your favorite flavor?
I really like the lemon lime regular IV water, and then the like immune support one, the tangerine flavor.
I haven't had that sounds really
very good.
Ooh,
I like it.
I like the strawberry. Look what I
haven't tried that one.
It's good. It's good. I like that it's like slightly salty. I kind of like it.
Okay, I do like that.
Yeah.
I like that kind of diverse flavor profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like, do you know how to talk about food like when you eat it? Like, oh, there's slight notes of I don't know how to do that. Like I just taste.
I do. I love food a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot.
I feel like I need to just learn how to distinguish between flavor profiles maybe.
Yeah, it's fun. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like good at it, but like I can do it. I've eaten a lot of good food over the years. That's and good. I am a Taurus, and like I know it's really cliche to say that, but food is like very important to me.
It's fair.
It's my well-being. It's my livelihood to eat food. Like it's good to eat food, so it's not like surprising, but food is really important to me.
Have you ever been in a situation where you like couldn't eat the food that you normally would eat, like a surgery or something? Or like wisdom teeth?
Yeah, I guess I did. I did get my wisdom teeth out. And then I was like, the liquid diet, some mashed potatoes for a couple of days. That is sad. Yeah. Or like I hate when I'm like not feeling good or something, and then I eat like one of my favorite foods, and then my body is like, we hate this now.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah. That's always cool. I'm like, great. I will see you in a couple of months. Favorite food.
Yeah, I have a thing where I hyperfixate a ton on like one thing, and I'll eat it for like every day.
Yes.
And then one day my body's like, you think that's absolutely disgusting dog shit now. And I'm like, cool, thanks.
That's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. I know a lot of people who have that. I don't hyperfixate quite to that extent, but like I'll have my like little like, I'm on a cottage cheese kick right now, which I know sounds so gross, but like cottage cheese is so good.
I love cottage cheese. Like, I don't understand cottage cheese slander sometimes.
I don't either.
It's good. It's just cheese. Like
it's so good. And it's like nice and creamy. You can put stuff in it.
You can put like fruit.
Yeah.
Like,
yes. It's really good. You can put it in pasta sauce, and it's extra protein.
That's what I was just gonna say. I saw someone put they make like, it's a pizza cottage cheese bowl, so they put like pepperoni and like pasta sauce with cottage cheese.
Yum.
Yeah. I'm gonna, if you need meal ideas, it's literally called like the Neurodivergent like food crew or something like that on Facebook. And they literally just post like super easy, like low spoon meals.
Love
like,
that.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I do need that actually.
Yeah, I get a lot of ideas from there. I'm like,
that's cool. I have an Excel spreadsheet of my go-to foods.
Oh my gosh. I love that.
Where I'm like, or like, I also am like, when I'm not, like, I don't have the spoons or the energy to, like, do something on a certain day, like, I have, like, my go-to. I'm like, okay, if it's Monday, like, my go-to for low energy is Meatball Monday. Like,
yep.
You just make a plan, and I'm like, this is so silly, but it keeps me alive, so.
You know what? Whatever works. Whatever helps, because I definitely struggle with, like, just eating meals on a regular basis, and it's like, why? I need it to survive, but...
Yeah.
I like can't let myself like, or I'll just forget and just work through 5 hours and be like, oh, last thing I ate was like a cracker.
Right.
Cool.
Brains are wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. It's awesome.
Okay, good. I'm glad we went on that food tangent.
Yeah.
I will talk about food anytime, all the time. So.
I love it. There's so many different ways we could talk about food. Okay. Perfect. So the next question is, do you have a top 5 like favorite acts that you love?
Yes, I was dreading this question when I heard you do it on your other episodes. I was like, I cannot pick my top 5 favorite performers. I'm so bad
It's
at
so
favorites.
fair. It's really hard. So that's why for in the future, I'm changing it to performers or acts.
Okay.
And then Cameron actually had an idea of do like your like performer Mount Rushmore, like so like your 3 like who you would see on Mount want on Mount Rushmore. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, and he was
Set
like, we
in
could edit their
stone.
faces on Mount Rushmore. It'd be so fun. I think it would be really cute.
That is cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I do have my top 5 like most memorable acts that I will like never forget, and then I have like a bonus 6th.
Ooh, yay! I'm so excited. Tell me about them.
Okay, the first one that, oh man, it's so memorable. And I remember the first time I saw him do it, but it's Peter Pecker doing this toy soldier act. And I saw him do it for the first time at Pearl Bar, which like shout out to queer spaces and lesbian bars. I saw him do it at Pearl Bar, and I was just like, this is incredible. Like the energy, the movement, like just like how much tease there is, and it's so good. And every time that I get to see it, I am just woo girling so hard, because it's just such a great act. I don't know.
I love that.
So that's one of my top 5. Then one of the other ones, I'm realizing a theme here. I didn't realize this before, but so that's a holiday act that Peter usually does. Mm-hmm. And then the next one that I have that it was also so memorable is Emma Vaudeville doing her Krampus act at Warehouse Live when she did Cobweb Cabarets here in Houston. And she had, I believe it was Rex Knightley and Eddie Divas dress up as slutty little reindeer boys. Like,
oh my God.
And drug her, like, her sleigh. She was in this huge sleigh, and like just her entrance was them just like trudging along, like bringing her onto stage, and then she got out and like did her Krampus act, and like then but the boys were just like grinding on the sleigh. I was just like, what is this? I am in love.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That was very memorable, and I was kittening that show, and I was like, this is so cool.
Oh my God.
And then I mean,
that's
I love
cool.
watching Emma perform as well, and all of her sword swallowing, and like she's so talented.
Very cool.
Okay, the third one. Ooh, okay, slightly off theme. We're gonna get away from holiday acts.
Okay.
Lily LaCour doing their dog act. They're like very kind of like fetishy, kinky, like they wear a leash. Just so good.
Yes.
And I love watching them perform every time.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I first saw them do Logan LaCour as well, that was
oh my gosh,
also great.
Yes. That's my automatic feeder for my cat.
Oh, okay. I was like, what am I touching?
No. Yeah. Feeding time for Benny. Yeah,
Yes.
they're like super amazing performers.
Yes.
Like all of the performers you've named, they all have amazing stage presence, and just like
yes,
like when they are on stage, they switch and they like own that room. That's
absolutely.
great.
And it's all in a very different way. That's like very much their own style.
Oh, it's so different. They all have their own energy.
but it's
very
so
cool.
visceral and engaging. Okay, that was 3. Okay. The fourth one, I love Miss Monroe and Georgia May Wake and Tough Titties from Denver. I got to perform with them in the Mile High Burlesque Festival last year.
Fun.
And they have this act that they do. It's an Up act, like Disney's Up.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's it's like a group act. It's a duo, and they have this like big thing of balloons, and it's tied to a lazy boy chair that they like modified to be on stage, and it rolls around. And they come out dressed as Russell and oh my God, what's the guy's name? The
old man.
The old man from Up.
I know.
Carl.
Carl.
They come out dressed as Russell and Carl, like just fully like in a wig, And Georgia just like is committed to the bit of being this old man. And then you have like the upbeat like pigtails that Miss Monroe does to be like Russell with like the sash.
Yeah.
And it starts out to like this really nice kind of like, it's like the up music from the movie. And then all of a sudden it just drops into Up by Cardi B. And they break it the fuck
God, that's
down.
so good.
And I just, when I saw that at the festival, my jaw was just I was obsessed.
That's amazing.
And I'm lucky to call them friends now. But they're so good. And I just like, this is everything.
I
to
love
me.
that. That's so creative. I love
Yes.
mixes like that.
I do too.
I love it.
And it's just like a testament to like when people find their synergy together as a group or like as friends, and then they like create something so cool and so beautiful and artistic. And
Oh man.
it
And
was
like
great.
converting a lazy boy, that sounds so hard, but also so worth it for how
Yeah.
fun that sounds on stage.
She like, and then Tough Titties comes out as Doug the dog, and they have little like
Oh my
intermissions
God.
where like it's kind of like a cut in the track, and then they come out and like are chasing a little ball, and they're like dressed as like a cute little like burlesque doggo.
Oh my
and
God.
it's so good. So
That's great.
if you ever get a chance to see it, please go see. Like, yes,
Yeah.
they have some videos on Instagram. It's just so thrilling to watch.
Oh my God, that's
So-
so fun. I definitely need to see that at some point.
Yes.
Ugh.
Okay. We're making our way down this list.
Yes.
I just remembered I didn't put another one on here, so we might get 7. Hopefully that's okay. And I was like,
Totally fine.
I started this like, I cannot come up with 5 favorites. And I'm like, well, I can, but I also need to have some extras because there's too many amazing performers
This is true. This
and
is true.
performances.
There's so many options.
The next one is an icon, Frankie Fictitious.
Mhm.
She's just so cool and amazingly talented and sweet and kind. And I loved getting to see her do her Welcome to the Jungle act when she was visiting here. That was I've followed her for a while, and I'm like obsessed with this costume and just how she like embodies that like ferocity of like the lion. And it's a bedazzled lion head. Like,
So rad. I wonder how heavy that bitch is.
oh, that's a good question.
It's probably so fucking heavy. dude.
Maybe. I'm curious.
Well, anything a rhinestone turns out to be really heavy.
It is so heavy. It gets heavy so fast because it, like, you wouldn't expect it, but it gets heavy so fast.
Yeah.
And then you're like twirling it off, and it like plops on the ground.
Yeah, and then like I go and pick it up as a kid, and I'm like, holy shit, okay, like, and then that's so much heavier than I expected it to be, and you guys always throw stuff off like, psh, like it's nothing. And I'm
so
like,
gracefully, like,
Yeah.
this is weightless. I'm weightless. We're floating, and then like you pick it up, and you're like, what the
"This is
fuck?
literally 20 pounds.
Like,
oh my God.
I had to fully modify, like, to hang up all of my burlesque clothing, in my room. We had to modify like how we hung it up, and it had to be like so solid because the first time I put it up, I hung up all of my like heavy dresses and stuff, and then it ripped out of the wall. Like, it's like a 6-foot curtain rod, and it at 9:00 one Saturday morning, I'm like waking up stretching, like, I should go get some tea. My whole burlesque closet just collapses, and I'm just like, no. And I was like, okay, this needs to get reinforced
Yeah.
very heavily. All of the studs, like, just put some extra
Oh my
weight in there.
gosh. Oh yeah.
So it does get really heavy.
I made the mistake of hanging up my burlesque costumes on plastic hangers, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm just hanging them up. And then I like a couple weeks went by, I walked in, and like they're all just like on the floor, and the hanger is just like almost straight because it just bent. And I was
just bends.
like, okay, cool.
Yes, relatable.
Got
I know.
it.
I had to finally be a grown up and buy wooden hangers.
Yeah. It's just you just collect so many of the plastic ones, and I have like literally a whole
Yes.
garbage bag full. So I'm like, yeah, let me use these. No.
Yeah, use what you have until it fucking breaks.
Yeah. Yeah. Then I'm like, oh, okay. I gotcha. I can't use that.
It's the worst, but
It is.
also it's nice and sparkly. Like, I'm like, I like this aesthetic. I wake up, I see all my fluffy, sparkly, flowy, gorgeous things, which are some of my favorite things.
So good. So pretty. I also, like, sometimes I'm like, do costumes always have to be rhinestoned?
No.
Or can we just have a nice, like, velvet moment? You know?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like play with textures.
I love textures. I think it's really important to have different textures and dimension in your costumes. And also, I think the most important thing about your costume is if you like it and it presents what you want it to present as a costume.
True.
That's literally it. Like, don't put rhinestones on it if you don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
They do look super nice on stage.
Yes. And, sparkles.
But it just depends on, like, what the vibe is that you want, and that is something that you should honor.
I agree.
That may be controversial.
Yeah. But again, burlesque is what you make it, in my opinion. So if you don't want rhinestones, don't put rhinestones.
Yeah. And if you want to cover everything in rhinestones, do that. If you like sequins, do that. Yeah. I've been wearing more sequins lately, and I really like it.
Yeah. I'm coming across a lot more sequin things, and I'm liking it a lot.
Yes.
I want to, which is so much more expensive, so it's going to take a lot longer for me to actually get into it, but I really love the look of, like, beaded costumes.
Yes.
I love it so much.
I know. That's a goal for me as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. So let's.
Oh, wait. I have one more.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that was. Actually, I have two more. It'll be quick. Okay.
No, you're totally fine.
Okay.
Take your time.
The last, like, bonus 2 performances that I will never forget. One is Dahlia Derringer, also at Pearl Bar. R.I.P. to the burlesque shows at Pearl Bar. When she danced to Milkshake, and she poured a whole blender full of glitter onto herself at the end.
Oh my god.
Like, she was, like, making the, like, glitter milkshake for her whole act.
Oh my god.
And I remember at intermission, she was taping on this giant tarp, which is, you should bring a tarp.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone bring a tarp.
Yes.
And I was like, what is going to happen? And then she, like, brought out a table and, like, I was like, what is going on in this blender? And literally made a glitter blender, like a blender of glitter milkshake, and then just stood there and, like, poured it over her. And I've talked to her about it since, and she's like, man, that breastplate of glitter was there all night.
I bet.
She told me she used whipped cream as, like, in it as part of the base for the glitter.
Oh my god. So sticky.
Yeah. I was like, I'm sure that got smelly too.
Mm-hmm. And glitter sticks with you. It's your
does.
like best friend for life after that.
Yeah. My house is covered in glitter.
Mm-hmm. Rhinestones everywhere. How often do you pick rhinestones off your feet?
So often.
Okay, because it's like very often, and I'm like, should I be embarrassed by how many
No.
times I have to pick a rhinestone off my fucking
All of
foot?
the time.
Because it's crazy. Because I vacuum,
Yes.
and it's like they get embedded in the carpet.
They
or something.
do, especially the smaller ones.
Yeah.
One time after a show, like, it was like a Friday night, and the next morning I wake up and, like, we're making eggs. There's a rhinestone in my scrambled eggs. Like, not just, like, fell off of me, like, in my eggs. And I'm like, how did this even get here?
God. That's a new level. I love it, though. It's just like ingest the sparkle at this point. You know?
I know. I, like, crunched down, and I was like, is that my tooth? And I was like, oh, no, it's just a fucking rhinestone.
Just a rhinestone.
It's fine. Casual. This is
the life
show
now.
life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's everywhere. And now I make glitter, and so my house is covered in glitter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My cats are covered in glitter. I try to get it off of them, and it doesn't come off very well.
They're a part of it now too.
They are.
They are. It's just
They
how
embrace
it is.
it.
Mm-hmm.
They look beautiful. So
I wish, shows obviously are way too stressful, and you can't really take cats places. I wish you could. I wish you could take cats places.
me too.
You know, like I want to take my little Benny boy with me.
Yeah.
Go hang out.
One of my cats, Pesto. My cats are food names. Ravioli and Pesto. But my cat Pesto, he's like a shoulder cat. He's like an adventure cat.
Love that.
He's still young, so, like, he doesn't go outside. But I'm like, I think I want to try taking you out in one of those, like, backpacks. with a window, or like maybe try a leash. Like we're
So
working
fun.
on it.
So fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
So one day, catch him at a burlesque show soon.
It's so fun. He's a part of your act.
Hi, this is Pesto.
The last episode I talked about, oh no, it wasn't the last episode, but when I was like trying to find burlesque performers, like I just like go through a bunch of old burlesque performers. There was a burlesque performer, I can't remember her name, but one of her big acts was she was on top of a horse, and the horse like would help her take her garments during the act. I thought that was super funny.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so cool.
Yeah, I was like rad.
Speaking of horses, now we're at my last top 7.
Perfect.
And it's Emma Dilemma.
Oh man, I love Emma Dilemma.
I love them so much, and the specific act that I will always try to see is their like pony act. Have you seen it? With the whips and the horse bit? They wear a horse bit.
Oh my gosh. I think I've seen that on
Yeah.
their Instagram. I've not seen it in person though.
It is incredible, and I love it so much, and I live for the drool at the end every time.
Oh my god, there's
just-
drool. That's
Yes,
so
because if you're
funny.
wearing a bit for like, I don't know,
there's gonna
5
be drool.
minutes,
Yeah.
it's just drooling, and they just like let it out, and just
That's so cool.
yeah, they're just like, here's this, take it or leave it, and I'm so into that energy. Like it's just, again, just
That's so like that's so cool and like raw and just like
Yes.
creative. I love that.
also a little kinky, so you know,
Yeah.
but such is life.
Yeah, we love that. We love that.
We do love that.
There's definitely,
Yep.
burlesque and the kink world are definitely got a little
There's a little
crossing.
There's a little Venn diagram
Yeah,
there.
yeah, for
yes,
sure.
agreed.
Yes.
Yeah, little Venn diagram between burlesque, kink, queerness, little polyamory. Little,
Yeah.
just kind of a little everything going on.
It's so funny. It's so funny too, because like I had no idea how much of like there's a lot of polyamory in burlesque and like
Yeah.
the community, and I had no idea until I got there.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, and they'd introduce me like, here's my partner, and then they'd be like, and this is my husband or wife or whatever. I was like, oh, cool. And like growing up in like a really small town, like when people were very monogamous and
Yes.
like had babies right after they got married and everything like that, I was
Yes.
like, wow, what a world I'm a
Like,
part of. How
this
cool.
is an option.
Yeah.
And it is, everyone. It is an option. Yeah, that's definitely like a section of life that I really enjoy too. Yeah, I fit in all of that. That Venn diagram for me is just a circle for all of those 4 things. And there's probably other Venn diagrams that exist that other people like to also occupy.
Yeah.
But
And that's so cool. That's
yeah.
the best thing about burlesque.
it's true. It can be all of the things.
Mhm.
It's
Or
less-
none of the things.
Or none
only
of the
one
things.
of the things.
Yeah,
Anything you want.
I agree.
It's great.
No, but it's a really good community because of like the intersection of so many different spaces that can exist to express yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that.
So accepting. I love that part. It's
Yeah.
just very much like do what you want to do.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. Drool on the stage.
Do it. Do
Yeah.
it. Oh, yeah. That's so cool.
It's really good. I hope you get to see it one day.
Yeah. I really want to. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
That's all of them. That's my top 7.
That's your top 7.
Okay.
Oh my god, yay. Those are really good acts though. I 100% understand like you wanted to bring them because like
Yeah.
those are good
They're
acts to
very
talk about.
memorable.
Yeah, and like when you see an act that just sticks with you, like you can always it just keeps you motivated as well. Like damn, you can do something like that.
Yes.
Like that's so cool.
Yes, it's
So-
very inspiring.
Mhm.
And it's very, like, that is part of the acceptance, too, that I feel like with burlesque, is when you see things like that you connect with, then, like, you within yourself go, oh, I can belong here.
Mm-hmm.
And that, I think, is underrated. Like, we don't talk about that enough. Like, that just, like,
100%.
little moment of, I feel like I can belong here.
Mm-hmm.
It's life-changing.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
radical.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. It's very important.
Absolutely. I felt like an alien a lot of my life.
Mhm.
And just like
I feel
kind of fit here, I kind of don't, and like I kind of feel okay here, but I kind of still feel like I'm being judged.
Mhm.
And then just finding burlesque is just like, oh, okay, like I can actually do, what I want to do, and people are like, cool, do it.
Yes.
And just like exist how I want to exist, and not be judged for it. So
Good. I'm so
Okay.
happy to hear that because I
Yeah.
understand. I feel very similarly. about how I grew up and
Mhm.
always being not really realizing that I never really felt like I was in the right spot.
Mhm.
And then,
Yeah, for sure. It's fun being here.
It is so much fun being here.
It is.
I'm way happier.
Yeah.
I'm way more grounded
Way more free, for sure.
and very liberated.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's something very valuable.
it is.
Okay, let me pause this really quick. Okay, perfect.
And we're back.
We're back.
And we're back.
Nice. Are my bangs all messed up? I feel like they're.
No.
Okay.
You look great.
Thanks.
Do you cut your own bangs?
No, this is a wig.
Oh.
And that's all. I just put it on how it came.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, it's cute.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got really lucky. This is an Amazon wig too, and like that's always very hit or miss.
Yes, I love when you like find one that works.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I use that brand, and I'm just like, okay, different colors. Give me
Yes.
that one.
I know. I like wearing hair pieces sometimes, but it's kind of hard to find them in my hair color. And I did find like 2. And I need to go back and look at that brand and see if there's more.
Yeah.
Because it just makes it so easy.
Oh yeah.
Then I'm also like, I love my hair. I'm going to curl it every
Mhm.
time. I'm like, I need to stop fucking doing that because sometimes I don't want to. So
Yes. Do you know that meme of that girl who's like doing her hair like before school and she's like crying? That's how I feel when I'm doing my own hair because like I have short hair naturally, so like I'm trying to like curl it and like have a mirror behind me so I can see what
Yes.
the fuck I'm curling, and it's just not a good time.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? We're not doing it. We're just
Yeah.
gonna wear wigs.
Good.
And call it a damn day.
Good. I love that for you. Yeah. I don't know. I've never really delved into wigs for burlesque. I have for other things, but yeah, and I just had to really get over my perfectionism, and my philosophy on my hair is, well, I'm going to do this and it's going to be what it is, and I'm going to perform with it regardless. So, it's kind of a fuck it again situation.
Yep, and that's something you gotta learn too, because I bought a wig and I literally like glued the bangs down because like I used to get so pissed
Yeah.
when I'd perform and my bangs would move.
Yeah.
Babe, it's hair. It's
It's
gonna
hair.
move, and
It's part
people
of
aren't
it.
gonna care that your bangs are moving. They're looking at
Mhm.
your body and like the movements and the art that you're making.
Yeah, they
It's
are
okay.
embracing your energy.
So it's okay if your bangs aren't totally 100% perfect.
No, I get it though. And you're like, no, I want this to look a certain way.
mhm.
And
I
then
have a vision.
Yes, this isn't part of it. Yeah, and so now I've really had to adjust my vision to be like, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Exactly, and you're gonna
Just,
work with it.
You know, the
And it's gonna be
imperfections
great.
of it all are part of the art anyway. And that's what
Mhm.
makes it yours, is when there's imperfect things. Like I have
Exactly.
to remember that costuming too.
Mhm.
And I'm like, wow, that looks bad. And I'm like, well, I'll just make it part of it now.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
imperfect art
Exactly.
is still very valuable, and it
Mhm.
makes it very much yours.
Mhm.
So
And I heard that like nothing goes wrong; things just go differently than you expected, and that's okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
And it's such a good perspective to
Yeah.
have.
So I try and bring that with me because like lots of things can go differently than you expect with
Yes.
burlesque, and
With
gotta-
everything.
gotta be ready for that. 'Cause a lot can happen.
Yes.
But yeah, it's all perfect. You just roll with it, and
Yeah.
then the show ends, and you're like, oh, everybody loved it. We had a good time,
Yeah.
and that's what matters. So
I liked it. Like feeling good. That is
Yeah.
what matters.
yeah,
Right.
it's perfect.
I agree.
Yeah. So I would like to take some time to shed some spotlight on a performer from the past.
Yay.
To have a little bit of a lesson. I love learning, especially about like past performers that really just like set the foundation in burlesque.
Yes.
And really just were icons. So today I would love to shed some light on Josephine Baker.
Yes.
She is a very, very famous burlesque performer. If you don't know her, you will after this.
Good.
And I'm
you
so
should.
excited. So Josephine Baker was born on June 3rd, 1906. She was born in St. Louis, Missouri, to a washerwoman and a vaudeville performer. She began her career by performing in vaudeville showcases across the country in the 20th century. She moved to Paris, where she found her fame. She had a famed show, Danse Sauvage. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, honestly. But that's the act where she danced in her famous banana skirt. Yes, very iconic.
Very
Very
iconic.
iconic. During World War II, Baker performed for integrated audiences of the French and American troops. She also served as a member of the French Resistance Force, and would smuggle messages in her lyrics in invisible ink, which were sent back to France from opposing forces. So
Okay, yes.
what a queen.
badass. Yes.
Like, oh my God, I love it. She also was an LGBTQ icon. She was
that.
bisexual. She had many relationships with men and women. Maud Russell, a fellow performer who shared the stage with Baker at this time, later said that the girls needed tenderness. So we had girl friendships, the famous lady lovers. I guess we were bisexual is what you would call us today. So she knew what she liked. Didn't care who had what to say about it.
Good.
So I love that.
I also, that's the vibe.
Yes, very much so. And like, what a better place to be gay than burlesque. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like,
It is nice. And I'm like, all my friends are so hot.
So beautiful.
They're so gorgeous.
Yes. Very lucky.
And kind and sweet and talented and all of the other things.
Absolutely. There's
also
so
really
much
hot.
more, but also really hot.
Yes.
Once Baker returned home, she was forced to confront segregation and discrimination that she had not experienced since she was a child in St. Louis. She often refused to perform it to segregated audiences, which usually forced club owners to integrate for her shows, which I think is so fucking cool. She's like, no, I'm not doing that. I can do it this way. And they're like,
I'm going to
okay,
make
queen.
you. I'm going to make you grow and evolve and do.
Love it. Her opposition against segregation and discrimination was recognized by the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People.
Great.
So
good.
She
should be
was,
recognized.
yeah,
for
exactly.
all
I
the
was
work
like,
she did.
glad she was recognized because that is some hard ass work, I'm sure.
Yes.
So awesome. I just wanted to shed some light on that queen because, like, holy shit, that is some badass work.
Yes.
And so much talent, and so many people draw inspiration from her today. And I wanted to kind of like give a little bit of a lesson on like more of her backstory. So
yeah, a trailblazer.
Yeah.
Very much in her own right.
100%.
And worth looking into if you don't know more about her.
Yes, yes.
She's really iconic.
There's lots of photos and like videos and things like that online, so definitely check it out.
Yes.
I love watching like old footage of burlesque and things just to see how it was, because it was a lot more different. I feel like, but it was really, there's still so many things that you can like see that have kind of been translated over still, and I love it.
Yeah,
it's so cool.
The tradition of it, of some of the art of it, is really cool to see, and it's really cool to see how it grows and evolves.
Yes,
and it's like, oh, are we gonna look back in like several years or like, I don't know, 20 years and be like, oh wow, that was weird. That was different. Probably.
Like,
we're gonna be able to see the trends that we all
have. But that's also like how it was.
It is how it goes.
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
We have things that we think are, that look perfect. And then we're going to be like, maybe not the best choice right now. But back then, that was a sleigh, okay?
Yes.
So
yeah, we'll own
I'm not
it.
going to apologize for it.
No, I'm going to own it. Absolutely.
Okay, well, fun. I love learning about that, but I do want to get back to you a little bit. So I did want to talk about your goals for burlesque in the next year.
Yeah. Well, I want to perform more. I want to finally finish one of my nerdlesque acts, and it's going to be Powerline from a Goofy movie, which I have a really like unhealthy obsession with.
Ooh.
Actually, it's fine. It's healthy.
It is healthy. It's your comfort. It's fine.
It is my comfort. I want to do that. I have so many costumes I'm trying to work on, but I really also just want to like lean into becoming a better dancer. I'm not a very technical dancer, and I would like to get better at that. So that's a goal. And that would also just be like good for my health, which is also a goal this year to be better at.
Yeah.
And then kind of like adjacent to my goals in burlesque is the goals with my little business, Fontina & Co.
Yes.
Where I want to make lots more cosmetics for everyone.
I'm so excited.
I want to expand. I am a cosmetic chemist. That's my background.
That's so rad.
Yeah, so I'm like, I promise that I understand what's happening in all of these cosmetics.
Yeah.
And I know it's like, oh wow, chemist and a stripper. Yes, you can like
That's
follow your
great.
dreams, you know?
That's so cool. What a cool thing to be like, I don't know, to just to like leave a legacy on. Just be like, yeah,
I hope so.
Mac was so cool. They created a full ass like glitter and makeup line, and they were a classy stripper that fucking hypnotized the audiences. Like, that's so cool.
Okay, great. You
So-
can write my obituary.
Oh, perfect.
Thanks.
But yeah, I think like my collection is growing. I'm so excited to see what else you're coming out with because I need more.
Okay.
I don't think
Noted.
I'll ever stop buying whatever you come out with
Okay.
because it's always so good.
Thank you. That's really meaningful because it is like a little piece of my heart. Like it's like my craft, you
Aw.
know, between
Yeah.
the pasties and the costumes and like the cosmetics that I'm now bringing in. I'm like, this is like my whole self.
Yeah,
And it's
that's
kind of
so
just on
great.
display.
Yeah.
But I do like it and it means a lot to me. And I have some really good ideas for some cool products. So.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I make sure that I have at least 2 different options packed with me
Good.
for shows.
Good.
And then I'm always like, do you need glitter?
Uh-huh.
I have Max glitter.
Amazing.
It's great. I'm pretty sure I was going to put your glitter on backstage at the last time I performed at 50 Shades in December, and Gouda was there, and she was like, "Here, I'm glitterizing you. It's Max glitter." I was like, "Perfect." I was already gonna put it on. So
I'm so glad that everyone likes it like that.
yeah.
Last night I was performing at Social Beer Garden, and I haven't performed in a second. I haven't been able to wear glitter performing in a second, and so I just slathered it everywhere.
Yes.
And Kendall Ernell was there, and she put another one. She's like, I need to get your back. Like, you're too glittery everywhere else. Like, gotta put it on your back. I think I put on 4 different colors because I was like,
Oh
I
my
just like
gosh.
all of them.
Good. Just put them all on. Why not?
Wear it to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a superpower. Yeah.
Just shine a little bit.
Yeah.
Just every step.
Yeah. Make people be like, oh, who's that? Why are they glittery?
I love it so
Yeah,
much. And
so-
what's your favorite what'd you call it, I guess? Color?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one that you're holding, which is called Starstruck, because it's these
Starstruck.
cute little like golden stars, and they look like freckles, and it's just like warm
I
and
put it on my
glowy.
cheeks as highlight sometimes.
Yay! Yes, that's my
It's
favorite
really
thing.
cute.
And then I also really like one that we have called Fresh Squeezed, and it's like kind of this fluorescent yellow looking, but it like shifts to this really like nice pink, and it's very iridescent and holographic.
It's really cute.
So those are my 2 favorites right now, but honestly, I like them all.
Right. Right. I really love Follow Your Heart because I love the little heart pieces in there.
Yes,
They're
so
so
cutie.
cute, and I fucking love iridescent, like anything.
Yes.
So anything that's iridescent, I will have.
Good.
So
Noted.
lovely.
Mentally taking notes.
yes, but
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for making the world a little bit more glittery.
It's my honor. It's my pleasure. Like anything I can do.
Anything for the
world.
cause.
Yeah. This is the gay agenda.
This is what they're all afraid of.
Yeah, is glitter.
It's this.
Yes. Yeah, there's a point where I have had to kind of have like a little moment with myself, and I say like, how many shades of glitter is too many to make? Because I'm like, I
The
don't
limit
have
does not
enough.
exist.
I don't have enough table space when I go to markets. I'm like, I can't have that many. I can't have too many. And then I'm like, maybe I can.
You just need a card, and then you just
Yes.
bring your popular ones, and then if they want them, they can go order online. The
That's
special,
true.
the other ones.
I know. Oh my god, I hate making. I'm not very technologically great. So like that's part of us owning a small business that has been so frustrating to me. Is like, oh, now I have to edit the website, and I'm really bad at it. I'm sorry, you guys, or anyone who cares. I'm so bad at it, and I'm really behind on it. I'm like, I have all of the content to like list my glitter, and I just
It's a lot of work.
It's just a lot of work.
It's a lot of work, and then on top of making it and
Yeah.
like all the other things that you do
Yes.
on top of that, because you have commissions and like your own acts to work on and everything like that. Like
Yeah,
It makes sense.
Yeah, I have a day job and I have this little business. There was one week in October where I made 15 pairs of pasties and I was so tired.
Holy cow.
It was so many.
Yeah.
I'm grateful. Like, I'm so
Right.
grateful, and I never really expected to have it be successful like this. And I'm loving it. And I
Good,
really
yeah.
hope that another goal for me this year is I would love to be able to move into a studio space so I don't have to keep converting these little corners of my house into, like, now I have a little, like, lab bench because we got to keep the good manufacturing practices.
Right.
And then I have to convert the back part of my house into, like, the 3D printer space, and then I have a whole like, it's just, like, consuming my life, which is fine. But I would like to have a little, like, studio
bit of a
space.
separation. Yeah.
So that's a big goal for me. We'll
Yeah.
see if it happens.
I hope it does.
I hope it does too.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Yeah.
actively. So
Yeah. Well, with how successful I've seen it, I'm sure you'll get there in no time because people love your stuff.
Thank you.
So that's awesome. I'm really excited to see where you grow
Thank
with
you.
this because you're already slaying it. So
Thank you. You're also slaying it. I love that I've gotten to be part of seeing your whole journey. Like, I feel like I met you very early on when you went to Burley Soiree. And then you bought a pair of pasties for me, the rainbow ones. And I was so happy because you looked so thrilled to have them. And then, I don't know, you just had, like, a sparkle in your, like, I was like, oh, you're glowing. Like, it's so cool to see the light kind of come alive. And it's been really wonderful to watch you progress in burlesque and really find your way and find your space and find your groove. And I'm excited to see you do more of that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You really have been there. Like, I see you so much. Like, you have seen me from the beginning. And, like, yeah, same with you. With, like, just, I know you were already very much established when I came into the scene, but, like, it's so cool. Like, as soon as you came out with the glitter and then the lip glosses and, like, oh, man, I was just like, oh, my God, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then Cam's like, oh, my God, they're so cool. Did you see, like, all of their stuff? And I'm like, yeah. And then, yeah, it's great.
Thanks for celebrating me in that way.
Oh, yeah.
It means a lot.
Oh, yeah. We're always rooting for y'all. Like, and that goes for a lot of my burlesque friends, right?
Yes.
But, like, I'm always on Instagram, just, like, drooling. I'll, like, stalk my friends' pages on Instagram and go through and like, and I'm like, I don't even care if it's from, like, years ago. I'm just here. I'm loving.
This is the unhinged kind of support that we all deserve to have.
It's really.
It's true love. Is unhinged support.
Just you get a little crazy sometimes. It's okay.
In
it's
the best way.
In the best way.
Yeah,
So,
I fully agree. Well, I'm also rooting for you.
Yeah.
And I love how creative you are. Like, every time you come to me with a costume idea, I love working on it with you.
It's so fun.
It's very fun to collab and make your visions come to life. And
Thank
I'm
you
excited
for that.
for your next one.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. Oh, man, yeah, because, oh, man, I cannot sew, so I'm very grateful to have you to help me with that and to help bring my visions to life.
Yes.
So
I love seeing you bring them to life. Like, there's something very magical about making something like a costume piece and then having it come to life because of the life that a performer gives it.
Yeah, because I was, like, up here, and, like, now it's here, and it's real, and that's so wicked. I love it. So,
I agree.
Yeah.
We're out here just
living
this is
our
so
life.
happy. This is so happy and joyful to talk to you about it like this.
Yeah. Well, that's what this podcast is all about.
It's true.
So.
Serendipitous.
Exactly. So I've had genuinely, like, a great time talking to you today.
Me too.
And I am so excited for people to listen to this. I feel like there's a really, like, a lot of good information, a lot of cool things to learn about you, and Josephine and me. So I'm really excited to put this episode out.
I'm really excited to have it be out there, you know?
Yeah.
I was excited that you asked me to be here in an authentic way.
Oh, no.
And, oh, did we lose her?
We did.
Oh, no.
That's okay. Pause.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was just saying, like, I'm really honored that you wanted to have me on today, and I was really excited to come talk about things in an authentic way. Like, there's not always an opportunity to engage with other performers like in this kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
because we're at work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really important. And so I'm glad to put this little piece of me out there. Thanks for fostering that environment to do so.
Oh, well, of course. It's seriously an honor to foster a space like this. So I'm happy I get to do it. And I'm sure I'll have you back at some point. So stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned.
But yeah,
Next time we'll just eat food.
we'll just have a mukbang.
And yeah.
It's perfect.
Oh my God, I want to do that so bad.
Right? That kind of sounds
Yeah.
so fun. I would
Yes.
love to do that. So.
Same.
Mhm.
And on that note,
On that note,
Stay
that's
tuned.
perfect. planning. But yeah, absolutely. I hope you have like great just energy like leaving today.
thank you.
And just I love you, and I
love
love the
you.
things that you're gonna do, and that you have done. So
yeah. Same
that's
to you.
all.
I'm rooting for you too.
yes, oh,
Papa
that's nice.
pasty, everyone.
All right. Once again, I am so happy to have had Mac on the podcast. They are such an inspiration for me and have been nothing but kind and just truly a role model for me. So next time, we actually will have Mary Jane Midnight. So stay tuned.